Hello, this is the Bucket coming at you today with the Bersa TPR9c. This is a double action, single action pistol with a decocker. This is an all metal gun with plastic grips. This is an alloy frame on a steel slide with a steel barrel. The dimensions on this big bad boy are going to be 6.5 inches in length. Now that's without the suppressor. You could add another ½ inch for the threaded barrel. You have a 3 3/4 inch barrel. You have a height of 4.75 inches and a width of a beefy 1.45 inches. And it weighs in at 28 ounces unloaded. So to give you a little background about Bersa, 3 engineers from the Beretta factory decided to go ahead and move them to the Argentina, and they decided that they were going to start up their own gun manufacturing plant. And it had a different name, but after a few years, they ended up sticking with the name Bersa. They started off with 22 pistols, and then they decided that they were going to try to go with a 380, which would be a blowback, and a 9mm, which would be a lock breech system. Now, the 380 was really designed for local markets. Some different jurisdictions did not allow 9mm purchases to be purchased by civilians, so that was a very good selling pistol. It's basically a direct copy of the Walther PP, and they settled on the name Bersa Thunder. So when you think of the Bersa, most of us here in America think of the 380 Bersa Thunder. It was very successful to them. The Bersa Thunder in 9mm we don't think of as much, yet that is the gun that ended up getting the contract for the Argentine military and ended up being adopted by most policing agencies in Argentina. And as the conceal and carry market kind of expanded and became more understood and respected in the U.S., they really wanted to get into the U.S. market because they thought that that would be a good way for them to make a little bit of money. And when they decided to release it, they released it as the TPR series, which stands for Thunder Pro Redesign. Now, this is a TPR9c, which means this is the compact model. And the regular model has 17 rounds. This one has 13 rounds in the magazine. It is, you know, nowadays we would consider this not a very concealable handgun, or wouldn't have a lot of benefit because it's so darn fat. But at the time, this was a really, really good option. And they released it on the American market, and I had an opportunity to purchase one of these firearms, and I thought I'd bring it to you. So when you first grab a hold of this gun, you will notice there is a full grip on this gun. Now, if this had a flush magazine, your pinky would probably fall off, but when I say full, I'm really talking about the thickness here. It is a beefy gun that you can get your hands on. It's got 3 big white sights, and it feels good in the hand. The ergonomics on it are really good. I like that they have this aggressive checkering for a forward thumb grip. You can really get a good hold on that. It has a Picatinny rail, has a loaded chamber indicator, and they were really well thought out. So they went ahead and put SIG sights, or SIG-sized sights on this, so you could knock this out and put in, you'd have a lot of availability to be able to put in night sights on it. So this is an upgradable gun. It does have a small Picatinny rail. The controls on it, they're easy to get to. I like how you can drop that mag. It pops right out. Again, I showed it to you earlier. It does have a decocker. It does not pop back in, so you do have to remember to put that back on. But I love the way that this safety really puts some distance between you and the slide stop. Now, you could still get to that slide stop, but you're not going to accidentally ride that slide stop because it ramps up and it keeps your thumb from going ahead and riding that slide stop, ensuring that you'll be able to that the slide will lock back on the last round. It is ambidextrous in the controls up here, and you can flip this around. So you lefties, this could be a gun that you can really get behind. As far as the trigger, I'll describe it here. It is a long, heavy double action. There's no stacking, and you can find that wall. I can pick it up pretty quick, and then you can go ahead and pull through. Now, once you get it in semi-automatic and you're at single action, there's some take up, and then a good defined wall, and you just push right on through. Not the best trigger in the world, but for a budget handgun, it's a pretty darn good one. The reset is, it really pushes you off, and it's short. It's tactile, and you can hear it, and then you're ready for more pew. So this firearm right here seems to check all the boxes. Now, it does have a threaded barrel, so you could put a suppressor on it if you wanted to. It is a lot of threads. It takes a while. Oh, drop that puppy, and that's going to be on the ground. Now, the disassembly on this firearm is really intuitive, really simple. You don't have to do anything. You just pull this lever down, and she's going to come right on off. And if you look, the machining works pretty good. Just basically a Browning design, and comes apart relatively easily. It does have polygonal rifling, which a lot of people are really into. I could take it or leave it. It is electropinned on the barrel, so you're not getting a lot of additional stamping and whatnot. You know, if you're going to cut cost, I think that is a reasonable place to cut those costs. Guess it would help if I actually looked at this when I put it together. Does have a nice lockup right there to have you do it. Oh, also, these are full rails pretty much, not just inserts. I like that. Again, with this being a steel alloy frame, it makes it really pretty durable to have those rails. I like it. I like it a lot. When you assemble it, if you're not doing it on camera, there we go. You just have to line up where the slide would regularly ride, flip on the switch, and you're ready for more pew. And I'm excited to get this to the range and put it through its paces and see how she does. If you liked what you saw today, go ahead and hit that like button. The comments are always appreciated. If you know anybody that's into the Second Amendment or is thinking about possibly buying a firearm, definitely share this video with them. I've been getting a lot of new subscribers. I really appreciate all of you guys for working with me and making this channel a little bit gooder. You stay classy, YouTube.
I learned a lesson. Never half-ass two things. Whole ass one thing.